Unveiling OCD Shadows. Once upon a time, in a small town there lived a young man named Ayan. He was known for his kindness and intelligence, but there was something else about Ayan that nobody could see. He struggled with a mental disorder called obsessive-compulsive disorder, or OCD. OCD was like a secret tormentor for Ayan. It caused him to have intrusive and unwanted thoughts that made him anxious and afraid. For example, whenever he touched something, a nagging doubt would flood his mind, telling him that something terrible would happen if he didn't touch it again in a specific way. This made even simple tasks, like opening a door or using a pencil, a challenge for him. Ayan also had a fear of germs that made him feel nervous around people. He constantly worried about getting sick or contaminating others. Every time he shook someone's hand, his mind would race with thoughts of dirt and bacteria. As a result, he would wash his hands excessively, sometimes until they became raw and painful. He knew it was irrational, but the fear was so overwhelming that he couldn't stop himself. To cope with his anxieties, Ayan developed rituals and routines that he believed would protect him from harm. He would arrange his belongings meticulously, making sure they were perfectly aligned and symmetrical. If something was even slightly out of place, he would feel a surge of panic and spend hours rearranging everything until it felt just right. These rituals gave him a temporary sense of relief from his anxious thoughts, but the relief was always short-lived, and the cycle would start all over again. Ayan struggled to hide his OCD from his friends and family. He felt embarrassed and afraid of being judged if they discovered his secret rituals. So, he became a master at hiding his compulsions. He would make excuses to avoid certain situations that triggered his OCD, like skipping social gatherings or refusing to touch things that made him uncomfortable. He wore long sleeves to hide the red, raw skin on his hands from excessive washing. But as much as Ayan tried to conceal his OCD, it still affected his relationships. His loved ones noticed his odd behaviors and became confused and frustrated. They couldn't understand why he had to repeat tasks or why he seemed so anxious all the time. They thought he was being difficult or strange, not realizing the immense mental stress he was under. Ayan felt isolated and alone in his struggle. He yearned for understanding and support, but he didn't know how to ask for it. He believed that revealing his OCD would make him appear weak or crazy. So, he suffered silently, his internal battles consuming him day by day. The weight of his secret and the constant demands of OCD took a toll on Ayan's well-being. He knew he couldn't continue living like this, but he didn't know where to turn for help. Little did he know that there were people who would understand and support him, if only he could find the courage to open up. And so, Ayan's story of hidden struggles and silent suffering continued, as he desperately searched for a way to break free from the chains of OCD. Like, subscribe, and press notification bell to get notified for more such videos from Stories of Healing Minds.